Okay guys, well I guess the rig is finally complete, or partially. I mean there's probably a part or two I'll probably throw in here later on, but basically it's done. What we have here is a Blu-ray drive. It's a very, very sexy drive. Samsung. It was actually pretty cheap. We have two USB 3.0 ports up here in the front. As you can see, they are blue. Yeah, it's hard to see in there. It's by Asus, and we'll explain why it's by Asus. On the side here, as you can kind of make out, there's a nice new motherboard and a new heatsink, and we're going to crack this baby open and show you the goods. Okay, with the side cracked open, you can see the finished product, basically. I guess we'll call this Gaming Rig version 2.0. Because it basically is. There's a lot of upgrades that had happened in the past, since the last video actually. Now as I said, that front USB ports that you saw, the 3.0s, it's actually a front USB header that plugs right into this new motherboard. This is, in fact, the P8 P67 Deluxe motherboard by Asus, or Asus, or whatever. It's an awesome motherboard, by the way. For one, it has like these diagnostic codes. Right now it's AA. You got actually, you could turn on and off the motherboard through these buttons that are built in. It's got plenty of ports, as you can see. My next graphics card will be going into that white slot there. You can see the graphics card's fan up there. It's the GTX 460. We got 8 gigs of DDR3. I believe it's the 1600 megahertz type. They are actually set at the correct frequency. We have a Thermaltake fan. I believe it's the Silent 1156. I had to get this because the stock cooler that I was going to use, which is this, apparently each of these little pins are too close together on this, where they actually made them further apart with the newer socket type. So this was completely useless to me. Now as you can see even more here on the motherboard, you have that nice blue heatsink design. They call it dual intelligent processors. You have something called an EPU and a TPU. I'm not going to use that shit, but it's there, as you can see. It is all around. It's very nice on the port wise. It actually has 8 SATA connectors. 4 of them are SATA 6 and 4 of them are SATA 3. I have the Blu-ray drive on the SATA 3 and I have the hard drives on SATA 6. I hate the Marvell connector because it's shit. It really is. Also we'll get into here. Let me turn off the light so you can see. This thing lights up really nicely. It has an Asus logo that lights up blue. You got the lights there. You have the lights there if they focus for you. There are 4 random lights. Well, not random. There are 4 lights scattered throughout the board that will light up red if there's an issue. So if the memory has a problem, there's a light that will light up there. If the hard drive has an issue, there's a light that says boot device LED. If there's a problem with the graphics card, there's also a light back there somewhere that will light up. If there's a problem with the CPU, there's also a light for that. It's a very, very nice motherboard. It's big. It was sexy. Here's actually the box for it, so you can kind of see there. The P8 P67 Deluxe, the B3 revision. It was a pain in the ass to track this thing down. If you go on eBay, these things are expensive as hell. They're like double the price. And it's because a lot of assholes out there who got their hands on these early decided to price gouge people. So you guys can go fuck yourselves because you're not going to get them to sell at that high of a price. I've seen this board go for $500 on eBay. It's ridiculous. The board is actually very, very nice. It has a lot of features. For instance, if we get there, on the back I/O, it is crazy. There are 2 gigabit LANs. They're dual LANs. The audio is shit in this board. I have tested it. It gets a lot of interference. It's got eSATA. It's got 2 USB 3.0s. It's got Bluetooth adapter built in, which is pretty sexy. It's got, I believe, 8 USB ports in the back. I can't show you guys now because it's hooked up at the moment. Oh, maybe. Can you guys see? Ooh, going down. It's a lot of cool stuff. What I will actually be doing here, and sorry for the shaky cam, I will actually be doing an SLI configuration. This is what we call an SLI bridge, so you can clearly see there. These connect and interconnect the graphics card. So you basically latch it on there, and then the second card will be latched, and they'll work in unison to create an awesome picture. Now, getting into the performance here. Some of you guys are going to say, well, 8 gigs is overkill. I don't really think so. You're not going to see more performance out of your games by adding 8/4, but you will notice that your system overall will never really bog down, because you will never have to worry about insufficient RAM at this point in time. Now let's actually show the performance-wise. Let me turn off the light up here. Okay, I just reinstalled Windows. That's something you should do if you're replacing a motherboard with something new. But getting into the ratings were kind of shitty before, but as you can see now, it's a 7.1 for the CPU, 7.5 for RAM, and 7.5 for the graphics card. Hard drive is, of course, a 5.9. The graphics card actually was really interesting how it actually went up 2 points. Before on the old motherboard it was actually a 7.3, but now it's a 7.5. We still have the same performance. Now getting into some games. If we go into StarCraft 2, I'm going to show you the performance that I get here. So let's actually wait for this to load up. Alright, let's proceed to show you guys the graphics settings. As you can indicate here, yes, the resolution isn't that high, but that's the monitor. I've had this hooked up to a high-def TV, so this was running at 1920 by 1080. We have Ultra, Extreme settings, so everything is maxed out. And we're going to show you the settings. Before, I could not do this due to the motherboard, the insufficient RAM and shitty CPU. So I'm just going to pick some random stage. I'll do a big one, actually, to prove it's... Yeah, we'll do something like this. Toxic Slums. And we'll max it all out. Alright. No, I'm not going to actually play this round, but just to show you some performance figures here. I think the slowest I've ever seen this run was about 70 frames per second. And this is maxed out, and we had pretty big armies going at each other's throats. So getting into here, you can automatically see that we're running at 117 frames per second. And this is just the beginning. Now the game runs very smoothly. As you can see, it's just silky smooth. You can get in there and move it around. It's very, very nice. It doesn't seem like this thing ever lags out. It's pretty smooth. As you can see. I mean, this is just silky smooth. We'll do some fraps and stuff. I've someone who mentioned that to me. I'll probably do some fraps. But this is awesome how well this runs. Let's show you the next game. Okay, so now we're going to show you some graphics settings here and show you what this is running at. Okay, let's go to video options. Quality. It is set to the highest setting, standard, which is, these are the two only options. It's on high. Anti-aliasing is on the max that it can go, which is 8. We'll go down to effects, and we have something here that's called SSAO. It's called Increased Perception of the 3D Shape of Objects and Their Placement in the World. Warning, the setting is only suitable for very high specification PCs. And it is on. Okay, so let's go. We're not going to save it because that's exactly what it's set at. So now we're going to show you. This machine can handle it like nothing. And it's silky smooth. It's just going to run. Mind you, I'm doing this with one hand. I do not have somebody else to play this. But this is the maxed out settings. It is silky smooth. And we're going to keep it going here. Let me just slam into something here. Hopefully I can build up enough speed to just slam. Wow. What does a person have to do to slam into things? But basically, if you look at the details, you can see on the tires, they're pretty freaking impressive. As I could kind of clearly make this thing out, but it is pretty impressive. And again, this is running silky smooth. There is no noticeable lag whatsoever on this. And you can see details that are just, it's pretty amazing. Now, if I were to compare this to the Xbox 360 version, the Xbox 360 version is shit. Including the PS3 version. This thing just blows away whatever that has. There we go. Some nice crash action. So basically, this is my rig. I mean, if there's any games that you guys want me to show off, I will be more than happy to do that, just as long as I have the game. But I'm telling you guys, this rig is pretty set. It is amazingly fast. There are no noticeable lags. I mean, it's just silky smooth. So yeah, just comment, guys. Let me know what you guys think about my rig. It does play Blu-rays. It is an amazing rig, and I'm very happy of the finished product. Basically, the one last item I'll probably put in there is going to be a second graphics card put in the white, and I'll probably also put a sound card in the PCI Express because the built-in sound is horrible. So that's why I would highly recommend people pick up an X-Fi Go USB sound card. It is amazing. I did a review of this. If you want to know more, just watch that video. Thank you guys, and take care. Hey guys, I know I haven't been making Sony videos as well. So basically, since my gaming rig is done, I will start making some Sony rants. I do have a few actually recorded. I just need to do some editing and just need to upload them. The reason why I haven't really been up on top of making videos lately is there's a problem with Verizon, and I've been working out with them for about 2 weeks now. It hasn't really been going in the direction I would like to see it go, but for the most part, I now have a 3535 connection, which is pretty kick-ass, but it's still, the problem persists, as in my slow video, my slow internet video. So yeah, basically there will be some more Sony rants. Don't worry, I am still going to fight it. But basically, my rig is the big middle finger to Sony, saying that, look, I don't need your shit. You know, I have something that blows away the PlayStation 3, so why the fuck should I even bother with the PlayStation 3? I mean, Killzone 3 looks pathetic compared to Crysis 2. So, yep, that's just an update on things, guys. Check out for future content. There will be more future content, and expect more things to be in HD. I'm hoping to be able to do that now that I have a much larger upload speed pipe. So, take care, guys. Look out for future content.